shit about to pick your heads, I'll be a fucking bitch. Yeah, 2014 and everyone around you is a critic and a white judge.
So, a lot of people I know have been telling me that I should listen to Attila, and I have before in the past. I've definitely heard songs from them, given them a chance. I've never just found anything too appealing. Nothing has really drawn me to them. They've kind of just sounded like generic metalcore. Nothing particularly stands out on any of their songs I'd heard previously. And we get to this album. This fucking album. So, the first time I'd really heard about this album was... There was a Twitter fight between Buddy Nelson of Census Fail and Franzilla, whatever he calls himself, of Attila, talking about the use of the F word in their song Proving Grounds. As a lot of you probably know, Buddy Nelson is a huge promoter for gay, lesbian, trans, all kinds of rights, part of that community, and he's a strong speaker about those, and Franzilla doesn't exactly see eye to eye with him, and throughout it kind of came off as a total asshole. And listening to this album, you could really see that it translates into the music as well. This album is just full of juvenile, misogynistic, just horrible lyrics throughout, and it's set amongst a fairly generic metalcore sound, and then on top of that, his delivery vocally ranges from decent growls and lows to cringeworthy, horrible, just stuck in the fucking early 2000s white boy rap. It's just awful to listen to on this album. This album reminds me a lot of, we all knew him, that kid in high school. If you're in high school, you probably know him, unless you don't, and then it's probably you. That kid who thinks he's better than everyone else, who, is calling out everyone's bullshit and, laughing at the world and all this shit because he's just above it all and you just don't get it. That's why. It's funny. Oh, I'm making these horrible, offensive jokes because it's funny. You don't laugh because you just don't get it. And, that's part of the problem. And, it's just so juvenile. This album, this band, and Franzilla need to just grow up to expand themselves even. His vocals are not terrible. Like I said, the problem is there's really nothing about this band that just stands out. There's nothing that is memorable. He's decent. Their guitars are decent. Their drums are decent. It's just nothing really stands out, and then you set that amongst, you throw in those just horrible, cringeworthy lyrics and the borderline rap part. They're not even borderline. He's trying. He has a whole solo rap career, and it's just all up in this album. You just throw all that into here, and you just get something that's just, it's painful. It is honestly painful to sit through this album and actually listen to this album. It is, it's one of those, I would expect it to be one of these YouTube videos, those cringe ones, see how far you can get into it. And I know there's plenty of people out there that love Attila and love this, but I just don't see it. It's the modern age broken side, and we all know where those guys are now. It's pretty much just metalcore broken side. That's kind of what they're doing at this point. This album just fucking sucks.